really know what to expect, to be honest. But it'll be a nice break from Polaris. Anything would be a nice break from Polaris. I never want to see Polaris again in my life. But we don't really have a choice, unfortunately. Oh, there's fake Kyle Hyde. Oh, there's fake Rachel. Fake Rachel. So true. While I was looking up cold cases when the trailer clues leading towards the criminal, although the truth has disappeared and grown cold. So true. What was the point of that? Oh, okay. I don't know if I need my mouse for this. Probably. I'll leave it on just so you can see what I'm clicking on. Oh. Unsweaty. Oh, feet. While looking for, it was a nightmare, by the way. I was looking at so many different. Don't ignore the fact that they're like 2 feet tall because of the DS screens. It's fine. So many of the links were dead. Like I clicked on like 8 different places, and all the links were dead. Some of them worked, but then Google Chrome would be like, oh, this is a dangerous file, so actually we're not gonna let it go through. So like, okay, Sarah sent me something. It worked, she let me download it, but it was in the wrong format. So I was like, I'm gonna have to do this stupid decrypting thing again. I tried to do it once and it didn't work for some reason. But then I actually did it again and it was so easy and it worked immediately, so anyway, I hate Citra. Biggest Citra anti you'll ever see. Anyway, there'll be any paper clips. You never know. It's only an hour long, so there's not that much time for there to be a paper clip. But Mr. Nanase, sir, please do some work. What work? What? I didn't check our name. The files could use some organizing, and well, Oh, also, hi, John. I was too busy talking about how much I hate Citra. The phone rings. It's Project Kyle. There he is. Hello, cold case unit. What's that? Your friend is refusing to pay you back. Yes, okay. 367 yen. Wish. Shonosuke. He really does just look like Hyde? Yeah, kinda. Hey, that kind of call isn't worth it. Don't waste the energy. You're a detective. Right, I'm a detective. We're the cold case unit, the 3rd Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. It's just him? No, he's got different hair. And the vibes are different. I guess it also doesn't help that the art style is different. AKA, the unit that never does anything. Well, you're only gonna have an hour to do something, and then you're never gonna get to do anything again, so have fun. My name is Koto Amikura, and people have called me an up-and-coming bright detective ripe for promotion. Well, here I am, out of all units. I mean, I wouldn't complain. Can we have Kyle Hyde? We have Kyle Hyde at home. Kyle Hyde at home. Don't worry about it. They couldn't steal him. This is my boss. Shonosuke Nanase. Nanase? Like the guy from Free? Everyone in the department knows him as the eccentric detective. I'm more or less a babysitter right now. I on him at all times. Well, you've got until the game ends. Most I do is pick up the phone when it rings, which isn't very often. And then it's usually asking for advice or old people calling because they're bored. Not exactly work fit for a detective. Why do they look American but have Japanese names? Don't worry about it. Hello? Oh, it's a press button. Phone rings again. Who's the narrator? Is it Lady? Hello, cold case unit. Do you remember the explosion in Ryokudo Hospital 5 years ago? Huh? An explosion? It wasn't an accident, it was murder! What? Hey! One phone call was all it took. Suddenly, a 5-year-old case that had been ruled an accident found itself reopened. Great, you didn't even say anything. What? Where are we? This is it. There's really no reason for me to say anymore, is there? Why don't you just tell us? My sin, it's been so long, but I can still remember it so clearly. When did this story begin? About 5 minutes ago, I think. 10-2? Wait! Oh! I was 1 day late. You hate to see it. Mr. Nana say, oh, so true. I love when the perspective timeline shifts every 2 seconds. Mr. Nana say, we've got a case. A case. We can finally get to work now. Yeah, it's probably a prank call. There's no need to check into it. I don't think this is supposed to be her. But it says it is. It was 5 years ago after all. It was an accident, that's it. The cops who worked the case weren't stupid. They would have determined if it was a murder. Shonosuke Narase, 2 feet tall. Koto Amekura, also 2 feet tall. Regardless, I've already looked into it and here's my report. Please take a look at these documents. 5 years ago, an accident occurred at Ryokudo Hospital. Ryokudo. Lalafell Heights. It's a general hospital servicing the city, so it's quite big. The explosion happened in a supply room in the first level basement. 1 dead, no injured. There were no other victims in the surrounding area. Cause? A gas tank leak. The room filled with gas and was ignited by the victim's cigarette. The name of the victim is Tatsu Minami, age 45. He worked as a janitor in the hospital. That's everything I uncovered. That's not very much! And somehow this was actually a murder. Well, perhaps someone planned for the explosion to happen. Oh, right. A boy is listed as a witness. It was him, he did it. He's a murderer. The kid? Yes, he was the one who broke the tank, which caused the gas to fill the room. See? He really did do it. Case closed. I guess that's why the game's only an hour long. Boy, huh? Why don't we talk to him? Show a little enthusiasm, Mr. Nanase, sir. He just got back from swimming. It's not time for this. So, some kind of cover-up? The case is 5 years old. Is there even anything new to uncover at this point? Kind of fishy. Information appearing out of nowhere. Just who called in? Honestly, this doesn't even sound interesting, but hearing it out won't hurt. I'm pretty bored. One who filled the room with gas? This kid's name is Yuto! Isn't that the kid from AI? Suemura? Maybe we'll get to the 3rd of October and then we won't be late anymore. Oh, he's also 2 feet tall. I'm gonna have to screenshot one of these and make it my profile picture somewhere. It shouldn't be this funny, but it just is. Hi. Murderer. Everyone looks so weird. Name? Hey, state your name, kid. Mr. Nanase, sir, he's just a child. Be a little nicer. What is this? It's so funny. I love love it so much. Oh. Your name is Yuto. Yuto Samura, right? You're 15 years old. I have to remember things. It's over for me. I want to hear what you have to say. Remember the explosion at Ryokudo Hospital, don't you? It happened in the supply room. He broke the gas tank inside and ran away. Even hid the tank conveniently in the corner. Sir, don't put it that way. Why does Twitter keep saying... Do you not want to see Sarah's tweets? This one's pretty good, I think. Oh, I'm on the right account. I can like it. The tank was about this big. Why was something like that inside a supply room for a hospital? PG-3? Oh, the vampire man? Understandable. There's no point asking Yuto about that. The tank was stored on a shelf. There's no way to know why it was put here. This is rather high up. I don't understand. That means you knocked the tank off the shelf? Knocked the tank from the shelf and it was damaged when it hit the ground. Am I right? You gonna say anything? Hey, what have I been at all yet? Also, this kid does not look 15. Another white hair man and some green lady. An earthquake was reported during that time. Maybe that's why the tank fell. Well, I doubt he knocked it down on purpose. There's no reason for it. Unless he wanted to kill evil character. However, why did you try and hide it? He was scared. Something like that falling out of nowhere. Then he couldn't get it back to its original location. Anything about either just that vampire... I don't know anything about either just that vampire guy makes me feel things. That's very valid, bestie. I'm asking the kid. I don't need your guesses. Hello? If you hadn't hidden it, maybe the victim would have noticed the leak. He lit that cigarette not knowing what would happen. Hmm? I see. You knew the victim, kid. And the relationship between you two was... I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I don't even know anything. He's not said anything the whole time. Oomfies. You were friends with the victim, am I right? A friend? But the victim, Mr. Minami, was 45. The other option was rivals! Which isn't more normal. Do you choose your friends according to the age, Amikora? Get her! Get her! What? No, of course not. Besides, if you just looked at his face, you'd know the truth. Oh. Oh, he's saying things! 45-year-old beefing with a 15-year-old. Yeah, it's like John and Yakuza with those 8-year-olds kart racing. It's my fault. My fault that he died. Oh, it's now. Mr. Nanase, I went to the victim's workplace and I found out... Sir, are you listening? Those 8-year-olds challenge me. Keep going. I can't even tell if you're interested or not. Very well, my report. The victim, one Tatsu Minami, aged 45, worked as a janitor at Ryokudo Hospital. I already know that. I'm summarizing. Information needs to go in order. Be quiet and listen. Oh, this Rachel kind of girl bossing. Yeah, they did do that. he was beefing with the 45-year-old. Go on. Yuto Soemura was visiting the same hospital. That's how he came into contact with Mr. Minami. Said it was a 5-year-old case, right? So it wouldn't even be 45-year-old beefing with a 15-year-old. It would be a 40-year-old beefing with a 10-year-old. Oh, actually, no. It was probably 45 when he died, so it'd be 45 and 10, which is not better. It's actually worse. According to a member of the staff, they met after Yuto lost an important friend and he was extremely closed off. Oh, I feel kind of bad now. Member of the staff? Something must have happened as he became very attached to Mr. Minami. It's just as you said, sir. They appear to have been friends. I'm just so smart. Mind of a mastermind. According to the employee, Mr. Minami kept quietly to himself, but he made an exception for Yuto. Saw this according to so-and-so. Speak like a detective. Oh, yes, right. The employee. She used to work at the front desk at the hospital. She recently retired and, that's enough. There's nothing there. The only friend being a janitor in some random hospital. What a sad life. And then he gets exploded. But I have more information. I don't care about gossip and rumors. I want the hard facts. We'll take a look at the scene. Ah, you're finally motivated. I don't really know how much you're gonna get out of a 5-year-old crime scene, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably been done back up again. That's not it. What kind of detective believes a questionable tip given over the phone? You think it wasn't murder? I just want to check, gather the info about the site so we can look it over. It would be very funny if you get to the end of the game and the conclusion is that it was actually an accident and 1 hour of your life were wasted. Yes, sir. Gets exploded, and then 5 years later, some dude drugs you and say you hated him. Here's what happened at the scene. The young man knocked the gas tank from the shelf, damaging it. The leaked gas was then ignited by the cigarette, which resulted in the explosion. That's everything. That was succinct. We knew that already! You complained the last time I went into detail, sir. Show me the photo of the scene. Oh, this is what it looked like right after the accident. Nearly everything was burnt. There's only the frames of the chair and the table left. Touch the area or item you wish to search. Oh, okay. Search. This is where the victim, Mr. Minami, fell. The body was extremely burnt, and glass shards from the knocked over shelf fell on the corpse. It's a burnt refrigerator. The inside still holds several drinks, including beer and various snacks. Just click on everything. Oh. It's a little hard to see. Yeah, you're not wrong, it is. This is the upper part of the gas tank. It's hidden behind the knocked over locker. Yuto must have hidden the tank behind the locker. Oh. The glass shelf was knocked over. Pieces of the glass fell on the body. The corpse had wounds to that effect. Oh. What is this? Oh! Oh. I thought we could write a memo. What's the point of saving? The game only lasts an hour. How do I... Oh, okay. Oh. Huh? What's this? That's... Oh, it's a portable gas stove. Portable stove? Yes, it seems like another employee used it to prepare snacks. Drink beer nearly every night in this room. Jeez, this guy. Doesn't look like there's anything else here. There's a photo from before the accident too, right? Portable gas stove? I love Danganronpa too? When was there a portable gas stove? In Europa 2. Yes, this one just happened to be taken by an employee a few days before. Take a look. I'll reference this to explain the lead up to the accident. Keep it brief. I know. First, note that the gas tank is stored on this shelf. Who put it there? What is this? So true. Beer snacks. You mentioned something like that when you explained the stove. Is this it? I think so. And this is what the tank was for? Continue. It's in DR2 chapter 1. I mean, there was not many other places it could have been, considering we don't know the exact reason why, but the gas tank was stored on that shelf. No one was around when Yuto knocked the tank down. Kid was alone in the supply room. He was very close to Mr. Minami at the time. He hung out in there often. So when he went snooping around the shelves, the tank fell and was damaged. Then he hid it. I hope the investigation ain't just photos, bestie. I feel like that's what it's gonna be. We haven't moved out of this room. I guess we went to one other room. But they were like, oh, we should go to the hospital. And then they went to the hospital off screen. Also, yeah, the game's an hour long. Maybe he was scared or he was afraid he'd get yelled at. He didn't know what a gas tank was. Keep your speculation out of it. Where does he hide it? Here. Behind this locker. Wait, it'd be hidden from this angle, but it'd be in plain sight if you went toward the locker. I discovered a Hatsune Miku song and I wondered if you played it on one of the Miku games. What is it, bestie? Please enlighten me. They changed the UI? Never heard of it. You're right, but this tablecloth, it was burnt in the last photo, but it was covering it. The tank was covered with this decorative tablecloth. The song's in Prosecco. A nightmare. I can't even do it on expert. That's my guess. The victim didn't see it and lit his cigarette. Yeah, a little bit. I think there's harder songs than this now. Maybe Extra Extreme will be more normal. I remember. I think What's Up Pop Master is probably the hardest song now, I think? They made it so you need to use multiple fingers. Well, I mean, obviously, but like multiple. So even if I was a Prosecco master, I still wouldn't be able to do it. Anyway, continue. Understood. This is where the victim's body was lying afterward. Then the glass shelf fell on the body. Part that I thought was crazy is crazy. Yeah, it's like pretty infamous. I hate it. I can do the first crazy bit, but when it gets to the second crazy bit, it's impossible. That's everything connected to the lead up to the accident. Good song, bro. Sorry. So how about it? Did you notice anything? Too many things. Really? I didn't really get much of anything. Is that so? So it might not have been an accident after all? I wonder. What do you think? Let's see. Murder. If someone planned the explosion, then Yuto could have done it. Yuto could have done it! He was 10! Do you believe that? No, I don't. He was friends with the victim. Idiot. Being friends had nothing to do with it. Think about how the accident happened. Well, first Yuto knocked the gas tank off the shelf, then he hid the leaking tank behind the locker. That was all he did. He covered it with the decorative tablecloth. What have you learned so far? He didn't mean to knock the tank over, though he did try to hide it, so maybe that's where everything starts? That's why I take the L and play rhythm games on normal mode. Yeah, I like to have fun too, that's why I don't play them on normal mode. Stop falling asleep. Wrong. Think about what was going on in the kid's head. What he was thinking. The tank wasn't knocked down on purpose, and there was no way Yuto could have anticipated the gas leak. The tank was too heavy for him to lift back onto the shelf. If he left it out, then someone would discover what happened. In the heat of the moment, he hid it behind the locker, but that was too obvious, so he tried to cover it up. That's when the tablecloth caught his eye. He made sure it was sufficiently covered and then left the room. If it's too quick, my fingers get tired in the middle of the song and I start missing. Yeah. There's a song in Prosecca. I think it's like Brand New Day or something. It's a very fun chart, but halfway through it, my fingers get tired and I can't do it anymore. I can beat it, but it's just significantly worse in the second half. And how did he feel during this? He was anxious to hide the evidence of the tank falling as quickly as possible, and that's it? Anything else? No. We were friends, as you said. The scene speaks for itself. The kid's not at fault. You're right. Then this wasn't a murder? I wonder. Again with that, what do you mean? It's so vague. There's no way anyone could have known what Yuto had done. Don't you agree? What do you mean? If you cover up a thing with a tablecloth, it's still gonna look like the thing that you covered it up with. Just draped over pink. I doubt a killer would improvise an explosion to murder someone just because he happened to come across a gas leak. I agree. Then why? Why can't you conclude that it wasn't a murder in this case? I want to play Final Fantasy rhythm game, not phone games. Well, Final Fantasy rhythm game costs like 50 quid and the phone games cost no quid. Well, I can't say either way. One thing's obvious though, the point of ignition wasn't the cigarette. What makes you say that? Did you ignore something in the corner of the room if it was covered by that gaudy tablecloth? John would enjoy Prosecca? Yeah, you can play Intense Voice of Hatsune Miku. No, I'd look into it. It's clearly suspicious. Then the victim knew that the tank had been locked down. Lighting a cigarette in those circumstances is suicidal. You don't have energy? Why'd you need energy? You still get to play the song. You can play the song with 0 energy. You just get like less materials to upgrade your cards, but if you just want to play the song, then it doesn't really matter. Like microtransaction? No, I would not play it. What? It's a suicide then? Idiot. Of course not. The victim wouldn't have lit a cigarette in the situation. I see, so the fire originated from something else? I suppose so. Then it's possible that the perpetrator started it. That I'm not sure about. One dead, none injured. No one was close when it happened. We were waiting for the cars, yeah. The door was closed and the room's underground, so there are no windows. But then, how would he do it? I wonder. I get the feeling I might understand what you mean by that. Really? Because I don't. Good for you! So true, budget Kyle Hyde. It's still difficult to call it a murder case. If Hito hadn't damaged the tank, then it wouldn't have been treated as an accident. But we can't rule out that it isn't murder either. Mr. Nasty, so aren't you at least a little fired up? I wonder who owns these games now? Who knows? Just Nintendo? Probably? Wasn't this made by a different person? No, not a ROM. I already have the ROM. This was by Arc System Works. Don't have the money or the rights to Hotel Dusk anymore. Yep. So they just made someone who looks similar. Arxis made this? I made this? Yes. Nope. Nope. The fighting game people? I don't know. This is what Wikipedia is telling me. And Wikipedia would never lie. That's no good, sir. You need to be motivated about these things. Think it's a murder case? I don't know. I wonder. Chance isn't 0. 0. And going by that, we should consider it a possibility. So... Why he look like that? The possibility... Oh, I should have stopped the stream and then started it again. It's fine. The VOD that I upload definitely is just gonna be half this, half Devil Survivor. It's fine. I can't be bothered splitting it. Then we should take it into consideration so she can come up with good ideas. Okay, let's see if this really is possible that it's a murder case. Oh! This is why you slash marker? Can't be bothered. To lay everything out. Time to work, brain. Start by looking at it as a murder case. If that assumption is correct, then what? When would it have happened? Club. Minami was caught in the explosion. Are we sure about this? Yeah. Right. The body of Minami was under the shelf, destroyed by the explosion. It's proof that he was there when it happened. What slash marker? I don't really know how it works, but you can like put bits in your VOD to like go back to. It tells you when stuff happened. Just considering the condition of the remains, there's no doubt he was caught up in it. Assuming it's murder. Diamond. The explosion was set off by someone. That would mean this crime was premeditated. No. Really? Let me go over it again. It was impulsive. Right? No one could have known about the kid knocking the tank down beforehand. The crime was carried out in the heat of the moment. Still assuming it's a murder. What about the culprit? Heart. We've only got one dead and none injured. It means the perpetrator was safe from the explosion. Right? The culprit didn't get caught up in it, therefore they weren't there when it happened. The room was already full of gas. The only thing they had to do was light it on fire. Is it possible for someone not at the scene to ignite the gas? Sure, the portable stove, I guess. Has it got Bluetooth? Really? No, I guess it doesn't. The site was a fully enclosed room. Closed door, no windows. Plus, it was the spur of the moment. It'd be difficult to ignite the gas under the circumstances. So does that mean there's no way it could be a murder case? I love Bluetooth stoves. I don't know. Maybe they have it in Japanifornia. It's basically impossible to have deliberately created the explosion. But if Minami really was killed, when did it happen? Oh, it would be before the explosion. That's it, that's the only possibility. That means when the explosion happened, Minami was already dead. I don't know where we got this from. There's like no reason to believe that he would already be dead, but so true. Fake Kyle Hyde. What? What do you mean? That's what I said. Mr. Minami was killed before the explosion? Still only a possibility. We haven't confirmed that it's a murder case. But if it was, then he wasn't killed by the gas explosion? That's right. Listen up, Amikura. I'm not like you. I'm not interested in chasing cases just because the possibility isn't zero. Huh? What are you... Locate the starting point of the fire. That's not the cigarette. If you can't find that, then this investigation is over. Okay, I got it. But why find the fire's origin? How would that determine whether it was a murder or not? Bestie! Ever heard of a clue? The fire started from the cigarette. Minami would be... releasing another code. Maybe Hotel Dusk has a chance to have a finale. Surely. Or maybe they only care about another code and not about Hotel at all. Ah, he'd still be alive. If you uncover a different origin point of the fire, then our assumption gains plausibility. I take a re-release? I don't know, like... I wouldn't want them to change it. Just like leave it as it is. Don't mess with the art style or nothing. Just port it directly over and change some of the puzzles a bit. You can put the switch in the dock to solve the puzzle. However, with Minami being dead when the explosion happens ends up false. And the chances of it being a murder case fall to zero. In fact, that's probably why they haven't and did another code instead. Like, I don't know how another code works, but Hotel Dusk was like specifically made to be on the DS. Switch on the dock puzzle would be cute. Yeah, but I don't know like if the Switch even has a... Oh yeah, Switch Lite. They wouldn't be able to do the puzzle. Put the Joy-Cons on. I don't know where my Joy-Cons are. I'd never be able to beat it. I have both the photos of the room. Which one do you want to investigate? The before. Understood. Any Bluetooth kettles? Switch light always... Oh, well, never mind. What's this? I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, light bulb. Wait, the light bulb? This is it. What's so special about this light bulb? This one isn't like the others. It's quirky. Plug the charger in. I can do that. Click the home button. I can do that too. Take a closer look. Oh, it's cracked and broken. How did you take a closer look in the tiny little photo? Someone must have broken it. We don't know when, but we know that it was done before the explosion. That means... You know what the filament inside a light bulb is. The bulb itself is filled with an inert gas to prevent the filament from burning out due to the high temperature required. But if the bulb is cracked, without the inert gas to maintain it, temperature keeps increasing and... Don't tell me. Explosion didn't happen at the start of the leak because the room wasn't full of gas. The light bulb is on the ceiling. Gas is heavier than air, so it filled bottom up. That's why there's a time lag between the leak and the explosion. That's what I figure. Can't think of anything else. Of course, this is based on the assumption that Minami was murdered. Excited to miss the blacklight again, which makes one of the final puzzles almost impossible? Don't worry about it, just be good. Just find it, poor head. No! Well, I guess that's the end of the stream, guys. I'll be back tomorrow to finish it. We found out how the fire started, I suppose, but it's not evidence of Minami being murdered. It just increases the chance it might have happened. But that's reason enough to continue investigating, right? Make sure to go live at 1:45. I'm not even gonna be awake. The last window puzzle where you have to slightly close the music box. I think I was stuck on that for so long. There was one of them. I think it was a music box. It's been a while. I might replay them again. I feel like it's kind of the thing with those games. Is really like... Is there any value in replaying it? Because I'm probably going to remember the puzzles when I see them. And it's just like gliding through it, you know? I wasn't stalling, so we could be on that scene for any longer. If Mr. Minami was killed before the explosion, then I think we can narrow down the suspects. Alright, the report said the kid met up with Minami in the hallway after he hit the tank. Anyone who went by the room before the explosion is a suspect. Surveillance camera? Should be one, I'll look into it. Is that the footage from 5 years ago? I guess so. I found the video. 3 people are recorded having passed by in that time frame. This is the first one. She was next. And this man is the last one. These are the only 3 who visited the scene before the explosion happened. See. Interview the witnesses. Interviews? I'm ready to go! Oh, let's go, baby. We'll meet some new people. Maybe they'll say more than one line. Good! Good, they're all yours. Huh? Only me? You've got it handled. I have great faith in my subordinate. I trust you. Faith? Trust? Mr. Nanase, sir. I understand. I'm on my way. So true. Swindled her into him not having to do any work. Too easy. So true. Fake Kyle Hyde. Love that for you. Okay, this is more reasonable. There's some optional stuff. Ooh. I don't know if I did them either. Because, well, obviously, if I didn't do it, then I wouldn't know. And if I did do it, I don't know if it's optional. So... Oh, we've interviewed all the witnesses. Mr. Nanase, I've interviewed all the witnesses. That was so easy. Okay. Here's my report. Shunkichi Koga, 29 years old. He was another janitor at Ryokudo Hospital, which of course means he knew Mr. Minami. But Mr. Koga and Mr. Minami were on bad terms. Frequent arguments often escalated to shouting. That's all I have on him, though I guess there's a motive here. Next. Hitomi Aikawa. Hitomi! Ain't no Hitomi girl here! I love AI. She was a nurse in the pediatrics ward at the hospital at the time, and she still works there now. She She and Mr. Minami were merely acquaintances. They said hello to each other when they passed in the halls. She's very calm, which makes her popular with the children she cares for. And, well, I couldn't uncover any kind of motive while interviewing her. Next. The last person is Genji... Genji Hisada, 43 years old. He's currently working at a library, but at the time he was unemployed. He didn't know Mr. Minami at all. He'd just been at the hospital coincidentally the day of the accident. Of course, there's no motive. I didn't get much information on him. To be honest, I'm not sure about him. Not just him, there's barely any info on any of them. Your interview skills are lacking! Oh well, I'm not sure what I was expecting. Bring all three of them in. We'll hear what they have to say and interrogate again? Well, they're gonna love that. Yes, sir. Hey, bestie. Why didn't we just do this in the first place? Oh, it's never not gonna be funny. Oh, hi. What the hell's going on? What did I do to make freaking coppers bring me in? I'm living an honest life now. Please calm down. We just want to hear your story. Explosion at Ryokudo Hospital. You knew the victim, correct? The victim's name is Tatsu Minami? Heh, old man Minami, yeah? Sure, I remember him. Barely. Seems you weren't exactly getting along. The old fogey was always chewing me out. It's like he was one of my in-laws, forever going on and on, scolding me. Constant scolding, huh? Is this why? The gas stove. Well, yeah, you know about that, huh? Yeah, I know. And what it was used for. Hot pot! Oh, you're good. It was a workplace, a hospital even. Of course you'd get reprimanded for drinking. You guys don't kick back with a drink after work? I work late over there. Should at least let me drink. Do it at home. Shut up. I'm a free soul. No one can hold me down. I won't be tied to anything. Ellipses. Could you tell us more about Mr. Minami? Aside from how he'd lecture you. Can't say I remember anything else. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. The old time it seemed like he was hiding something. Hiding something? Yeah, it felt like it was like that. And my gut's generally right. Your gut. What do you think, sir? I think it's a load of nonsense. Shunkichi Koga, this is your last question, and I want a serious answer. I've been serious. Before the explosion, you went into the room with Minami. Some time passed and you left, alone. What happened in that room? Let's see. Don't remember. I try to never live in the past. You can go. Amazing. Great interview. We learned so much. Oh, lady, your arms. I'm sorry. Why am I? Just want to talk to you. There's no need to be alarmed. I see. I'll tell you everything I know. Let's get started. This is about the explosion at Ryukudo Hospital. I miss Sweaty Lady. Yeah. Yes, I remember it. I was working that day. That was all you were doing? Huh? When the explosion happened, you were near the scene. You were near the scene, am I right? Well, it was 5 years ago. I can't say for sure. I'm surprised you don't remember. What? I doubt you forgot, since before the explosion. You met with Minami. You knew the victim, Minami. You met with him before the explosion, didn't you? Oh. Yes, I did know Mr. Minami, but I didn't meet with him that day. Got you on camera heading to the supply room. I didn't meet with him. I did go to the room, but I turned back. Why? Did you forget something? All the voices are mixed it up. No, I could hear loud voices arguing inside. A fight? Was it Mr. Minami and Mr. Koga? We can confirm that Koga left after Aikawa did. He should have still been at the scene when Aikawa came by. There was a fight. It would have had to have been the two of them. Then, Miss Aikawa, you never entered nor met with Mr. Minami before you left? Yes, that's right. I think I was near the area when the explosion went off. I remember now. But a lot happened that day. I'm not sure I have everything straight. Me neither, lady. I get you. What happened? It had nothing to do with the explosion. I don't want to talk about it. Fine. But no, we'll bring it up again if necessary. One last question. How did you know Minami? He cleaned the building I worked at. I remember our first meeting well. Mr. Minami was a very kind person. Interesting. Tell me about that time. It's very important. You said that was your last question, and I told you how I knew him already. You can go. What? Please excuse me. Oh, amazing. Thanks for telling me. So true. She's very interesting. So true, but Kyle. I'm tired. The rest is up to you. Mr. Nanase, sir, wait. Hi. Hi, old man. Ah, welcome. This isn't a store. Can we keep this short? I have plans after this. This is... cheekbone is very straight. There was an explosion 5 years ago at Ryokudo Hospital. Do you remember it? I do. May I ask about what happened? Go ahead. You know a Mr. Tatsu Minami? He was the victim in the accident. I know of him through the news. Does that mean you've never met him in person? Correct. Did you ever see him? I did. Guy looks like Melissa's father if he was old. Huh? And where was that? I think it was, yes, close to where the explosion occurred. I saw him putting away cleaning supplies. The game was on a very tight budget, so it really is budget high. Yeah, they got budget high and they couldn't make much game, but they released it anyway. And honestly, I love that for them. Why were you in the area? I got lost. Strange, you got lost there. Turn back immediately? You passed near the scene, but it was a while before you came back. The supply room is at the end of the hallway. True enough. So then... I was intending to return, but I received a phone call after I turned the corner. I didn't want to use my phone inside a hospital, but it was important, so I took the call where I wouldn't be seen. I see. That's why it took you a few minutes. An important call? Your work? No, I was unemployed at the time. Oh, that's right. Then the call was... Contents of the call are irrelevant. Where was Minami during this time? He entered the room after putting the supplies away. I see. One final question. Go ahead. You mentioned not having a job at the time. When did you start working at your current place of employment? 5 years ago. Is that so? You can go. Okay, bye! Feet. you think, sir? Can't say. I doubt any of them are telling the truth. So they're all lying? That's what that means, perhaps. Maybe not lying so much as some kind of misunderstanding. Well, it has been 5 years, but being involved in an accident like that would be hard to forget. That's true. Since Mr. Koga didn't seem to remember much, maybe he wasn't a part of it. I wonder, what's our next step? How about we talk to that kid to kill time? Kill time? His feet look kind of weird. What do you mean? What does that mean? How do they look weird? Ah, yes, understood. I'll go contact Yuto. Why are you looking at his feet? I don't know. Next time they come up, I'll have a look for you. Please relax. We aren't gonna talk about anything bad this time. Yeah, we just want to kill time. Oh, I wanted to see his cut off 2 feet tall sprite again. Hey kid, your friend Minami. When did you first meet him? Still not talking? Listen up, kid. The dead won't meet anyone new. They'll just end up forgotten over time. If you talk about them, then other people can meet them too. You need to leave proof he existed. If you talk about him, we might remember him too. Oh, the music changed. 7 years ago. What was that? I met him 7 years ago. Is that so? I'm surprised you remembered. That was when my friend died too. One of your friends died? Didn't we know this already? Yeah, her name was Suzu. Don't we know a Suzu? Am I thinking of Yuzu? She died. You hate to see it. She was my only friend. I see. Did you meet Minami about the same time she passed away? Yeah, I was kept in the same ward as her. After Suzu died, I was discharged from the hospital. But I couldn't just leave the place where I met her, so I hid in the bathroom. That's where I met him. So he'd been cleaning it when you went in? Yeah, I locked myself in a stall and cried. Then he spoke. That's not funny. Then he spoke to me through the door. I think we talked for an hour. An hour? All through the door? Yeah, I couldn't see his face, but I felt like I could trust him. My parents came looking for me, but he told them to give me some space. We talked for a long time until I finally calmed down. When I opened the door, he was there. He didn't look up at me. He was cleaning the floor. He just said, I'll remember Suzu too. You said you'll remember him too, right? Please remember him, mister. Hey, hold up. You calling me mister? Yeah? The name's Nanase. Shonosuke Nanase. Okay, Mr. Nanase. Better. Please remember my friends, Mr. Minami and Suzu. This poor kid's grieving. We're like, you call me mister? Hey, mister, wanna wrestle? You told me about them, so I'll be sure to remember. Okay. New music? Maybe later. Poor Yuto, he lost 2 of his important friends. Yeah. Thinks it's all his fault that Mr. Minami died. Yeah. Sir? It was 5 years ago. This kid still has a future. Oh, vibe, by the way? You're right, we need to solve this case so Yuto doesn't have to feel guilty anymore. Yeah. The conclusion we come to is that it was actually just an accident, and we've just reopened all of his old trauma of killing his friend. Say you might beat up children later. I gathered all the information on the suspects I could find. Sorry, but I don't have any time to compile them yet. Don't talk as if you always have things organized. You don't talk as if I ever have things. You don't talk as if I never have things organized. So true. Anyway, you should be able to answer my questions if you've gathered enough data, right? Yes, I would hope so. Let's go in order then. Koga doesn't think before he speaks. To tell the truth, nothing he told us carries any weight. Hope you've got something. What should I ask about? Everything, probably. So what is Koga's connection to Ryokudo Hospital? He was a janitor there, but he got fired after the explosion occurred. So. Yes, after an investigation into the accident uncovered his drinking, among other things, he was reported to the hospital. It's only natural he got fired. Right, and that's where it ends. What has he been up to? So, what's Koga been doing since the accident? After he was fired, he started in izakaya? Like that Toho game? And got married? He and his wife grilled chicken together. Oh, that's cute. Somehow I'm not surprised. They can say the rules are made to be broken and then you get a free meal or something. I know, right? It's pretty easy to see him doing that. The large gas tank belonged to Koga, correct? Why did he need it? Oh, about that. He bought it for the gas stove. Hope he could make food to the rhythm of zero beats. You got a tank that size for that portable stove? Would appear so. Is he an idiot? Yes! Nothing left for Koga, let's move on to Aikawa. What's Aikawa's connection to the Ryokudo Hospital? Oh, I uncovered something. When she was 15, her younger brother was in a traffic accident and died in the pediatrics ward. Pediatrics ward? Isn't that where she's working right now? Right, I don't think it's a coincidence. Aikawa clearly has some kind of emotional tie towards Ryokudo Hospital. I think so too. Aikawa works in the pediatrics ward. The kid and his friends stayed there, didn't they? Yes, that's right. She was already working there when Yuto and Suzu were admitted. I believe there's a connection of some sort between her and Yuto. He cleaned the building he cleaned the building I worked at. It's the same voice anyway. I remember our first meeting well. Mr. Minami was a very kind person. But I couldn't just leave the place where I met her, so I hid in the bathroom. That's where I met him. Highly likely the kid is how she met Minami. I thought so too, so I checked into it. Mr. Minami hadn't been in charge of cleaning the pediatric ward since before Suzu died. So I believe Miss Aikawa and Yuto met Mr. Minami around the same time, possibly on the same day. Is that significant? There's no way for me to tell for sure yet. You might be happy to know you're the only person. I'm so surprised! I thought there'd be so many people streaming this. Can't believe this. Right. What's she been up to? Has anything about Aikawa's life changed since the accident? Not really. Well, that's about it for her then. Time for Hisada. Intelligent but may appear standoffish. Not even a VOD. Everyone hates it. I mean, it's only an hour. Ryokudo. What's Hisada's connection to Ryokudo Hospital? Let me see. It's possibly unrelated, but his daughter passed away there 7 years ago. Could his daughter possibly be called Suzu? I think there were times where I was the only Xenoblade 2 streamer. Game's a flop. True. Quite a lot of dead people connected to this case. You'd think it'd only be Minami. You're right. It's Aikawa's little brother and Yuto's friend. Yes? No, it's nothing. Okay? Tell me about Hisada before the accident. Understood. Well, actually, I found this surprising. Stop dancing around it and spit it out. Mr. Hisada, he was a detective. Oh? He resigned 7 years ago, but before that he was on active duty. Of course he was. Why wouldn't he be? Why did I only just get this info? Wasn't... Didn't all the stuff in Hotel Dusk also happen 7 years ago? I feel like I remember 7 years ago, like, in my brain. It's been stored in there for some reason. And I don't remember why. Game did better feel bad for Monolith Soft. I'm sorry, but it only now came up in my latest search. It's fine. We have more details on when he was a detective, I assume. Oh yes, this big case was chasing down a hacker group called Crack Zero. Crack Zero? Never heard of them. Seemed pretty infamous, but I couldn't dig up any other information. Not much on them is left in our database. I see. Interesting. I agree. What was he up to after the accident? Oh, right. Mr. Hisada was unemployed at the time of the accident, but he was hired at a library after that. Told us he started there 5 years ago, right after the explosion? Yes, he's in charge of loaning out books to the hospital. Patients in the waiting room? Yes, there's something special about reading a book in the hospital, don't you think? What? Don't you think? When I was little, it was 3 years? Oh, well, never mind. And how about we save that tale for next time? I think that's it for Hisada. That was all 3 suspects. Was there anything you found interesting? It's more what I didn't find interesting. Just go faster if I spoke with them directly. Understood, I'll get everything ready. Why didn't we look into them before we brought them in? It's okay, he's the expert, not me. Hey besties. Oh, it's so funny. The hell is it this time? My wife's gonna go crazy with worry if this becomes a regular thing, you know? Apologies, Mr. Koga. I'd just like to clear a few things up and then you can go. What do I have to clear up? You know, right now I'm sending money to my folks. There's 20k yen a month. It's very nice of you. How about we get started? You know, I've been wondering. You bought that large gas tank, right? Yeah, I bought it. Got a problem with that? No problem, just a question. I figure you bought it for the stove, but why one that big? Well, bigger is better, right? It's more powerful. The stove would heat up better with more power. You're not serious. What? I am. What's your problem? No, I don't have a problem. What a question. Are you an idiot? Shut up! The damn geezer at the store tricked me. He said he would have more firepower. And then I couldn't even use the damn thing. So Nanase, please act professionally. Then the unused gas tank. So stupid, you were stupidly tricked into buying a stupidly huge gas tank and then you just stored it on the shelf? Bigger means more power, clown. We turned into Francisca for a little bit. I wasn't storing it, I was trying to hide it. Because stupid me got stupidly tricked into buying the stupid gas tank and no one would stop making fun of me. I see. And on that day, he was always taking digs at me. What are you talking about? Old Koja Minami was nagging at me to do something about the tank. He went full tilt at me the second I stepped into the room. On the day of the accident. Yeah, we were heading back after cleaning the 3rd floor. Just talked about dumb stuff, you know? We ran into the kid in the hall. He was his usual self. We were even joking. Kids these days. Stuff like that. Can't say I know what his usual is like, but once you got back to the room, he wasn't like that anymore. Francisca is a girl boss, just like Shonosuke. That's what I'm saying. The moment we entered the damn room, he rounded on me, demanding I tell him where I hid the tank. I stashed it on the shelf, but that set him off even more. Well, if it falls, do you know how dangerous that is? We were really going at it. What? Oh, could this be the argument Miss Aikawa overheard? No, I could hear loud voices arguing inside. That's what I'm thinking. Wait, don't tell me you're suspecting me. Yeah, we were in each other's faces. Congrats. But I swear I'd never touch him. Oh, okay, never mind. I might start strip. What? I thought I read it wrong. Might start stripping when I'm pissed drunk, but I never hurt anyone. Stripping? Did you just say? Going at it in each other's faces, stripping? Yeah. I mean, sure, I'm not gonna judge you on how you live your life. Oh, is that just my glasses? Yeah, it's just the shadow. I was like, there's been a bit of hair here the whole time. But no, so true. Shadow the true self. Didn't know this was a yaoi game? Why do you think I played it? Your actions while drunk don't matter. But thanks for the important testimony you just gave us. No wonder Sarah wanted you to play it. Huh? How many times do I have to say I didn't do it? It's not what I meant. What you said gave me a big clue. The moment Minami entered the room. You realized what Yuto had done? Minami must have known what the kid did. He knew that Yuto had covered up the knockdown. Oh, he knew that Yuto had covered the knockdown tank with a tablecloth as soon as he entered? It's likely he noticed the gas leak then too. That must have been why he became so upset, saying it was dangerous. What do you mean the old man noticed the gas leak? Is that why he yelled at me to get out of there? I didn't know. I was so mad at him for telling me to leave that I said some rude things. I mean, how was I to know? I left him in there alone. Was he trying to save me? I don't understand what you were doing, you old fool. Why didn't you spell it out for me? Mr. Koga. Thanks. You can go now. Old man did it. I always knew old men were trouble. I think this is the best one. Oh, that house. I really don't think there's anything more I can tell you. I'd just like you to answer some questions. I bet there are a few more things you can share with us. I'd like to know a bit more about you in Ryokudo Hospital. About your younger brother? Your late brother. I believe he had been hospitalized in the pediatrics ward. I doubt you working in the very same ward is a coincidence. Did you have a reason? A reason? I would never. For example, to avenge him, the true cause. Perhaps the hospital never divulged the cause of your brother's death. Or there was an instance of malpractice. A reason like that, it makes sense that you'd want to sneak into the ward to uncover the truth. It is, after all, where your brother died. You can't have much in the way of good memories associated with the place. What was your reason? I don't trust that hospital. It's like you said. It's highly suspected that my brother's death was a case of malpractice, but there was no definitive proof. One of the video's description is likely contains gameplay. That's why I applied for a job in the pediatric ward, to find that proof. Have you uncovered anything yet? No, I feel so helpless, just like I did 7 years ago. What happened? A child passed away in the pediatrics ward. Could it be... Who's Aikawa? No. Aikawa's brother that's her, the lady I'm literally talking to right now. I've heard about this before. The girl's name was Suzu, wasn't it? I had a feeling you might have heard about her already. It wasn't her illness that caused her death. Suzu was killed! Killed? I don't recall seeing that on the news. The hospital covered it up. There's only so much they can hide. How did they explain it to her family? Her family knew. Still stayed quiet? Why? I don't know. What killed her exactly? I'm not sure how, but her infusion pump stopped working. I know the hospital knew how and why. Who did it? I don't know. The culprit hasn't been caught yet. If it wasn't reported, then of course they wouldn't be. Maybe the hospital was concerned their reputation would be threatened by the scandal. Whatever the reason, the hospital concealed the truth. I was convinced something similar happened with my brother. I see. One last question. First time you met Minami was... before? It's how the Don't remind me of Steins Gate. I do kind of want to finish it. At least one route. It's too much. Before? Why do you ask? It's important. That's true. I'd rather you not make things up. Oh! After. You first met Minami after Suzu passed away, correct? Yes, but what does that have to do with anything? I wonder. You're free to go. What is the point? I lost my little bar for nothing. Yeah, it's kind of exciting gameplay, like going through the chat, getting to get all 33 endings. So true. I can never get used to the atmosphere in here. Feel familiar? It's got time travel in it. It's true. That's apparently all it takes. This game's gonna be like, oh, I traveled through time to kill him. I sent the match through a portal through time and set the room on fire. Might be a little late to bring this up, but you used to be a detective. You're right, it is too late. No arguments here. I'm stuck with a rather unreliable assistant that's not very nice. I'm sorry. When you were on the force, you... facing down a hacker group. Every game we play has time travel. It's getting a bit ridiculous. You were going after a certain hacker group. There's no time travel in Devil Survivor yet. Maybe in part 2. That brings back memories. Whatever happened to them? I wouldn't know. I heard you were rather enthusiastic about going after them. Those were the days. Very well, let's change topics. So, it seems you were connected to Ryokudo Hospital after all. There's no time travel in Triangle game yet? Yeah. This, with time, that lady and my little child can, like, manipulate time. Which is not the same thing. But it's adjacent. His daughter died. You lost your daughter at the hospital. She didn't die from an illness. She was murdered, wasn't she? What? You must have figured it out by now, Amikura. He said his daughter is Yuto's friend. Your daughter was that kid's friend. Suzu, was it? Suzu, yes, that's her name. What, he was free for it? Yeah. Huh? But then, wouldn't that mean... Exactly. We learned that she didn't die from an illness earlier. But her family didn't report it or sue the hospital. They did nothing. Why? Did the hospital arrange some kind of deal? Heavensward had Alexander? That's true. But it wasn't in the main story. Time travel optional, but then now it's not optional anymore. There was no deal. If I made a fuss, it still wouldn't have brought my Suzu back. The only thing I could do was just give up. Is that so? So, what do you think? I'd say Mr. Koga is cleared of suspicion. Yeah, we don't need to bring him back in. It's too exhausting talking to him anyway. That's not your reason, right? Only thing people remember is being a monkey. That's the best part. And also going forward and back. Unlike Mr. Hisada, Miss Aikawa still seems to have a grudge against the hospital. And Hisada doesn't. He appears to have given up. Miss Aikawa, on the other hand, still looks to be furious. I see. And? Huh? So if she had found the person involved with her brother's death, she'd killed them. Is that what you're saying? No, that's not what I meant. I doubt Mr. Minami was involved in it, though. Listen up, Amikura. If someone still holds a grudge, then isn't that a sign they just haven't gotten the justice they wanted yet? It's a good point. So you're saying she... Another thing, both Koga and Aikawa are cleared. When we spoke to Hisada earlier, he told us he'd seen Minami. I think it was, yes, close to where the explosion occurred. I saw him putting away cleaning supplies. If you really saw him, then Koga and Aikawa, who left the area before he arrived, should be clean. And where does that leave us then? If Koga or Aikawa had killed Minami, it'd been impossible for Hisada to see him. Plus, it's unlikely that they would have come back and killed him later. Of course, this is assuming Hisada's claim of seeing Minami is the truth. If he hadn't seen him, why would he have to lie? So you're saying, Mr. Hisada... You know, are you sure you're not playing at being a detective? What do you mean? Don't go jumping to conclusions. We don't even have proof that it's a homicide. Proof? Hey, show me the pictures of the crime scene again. Huh? Sure. Before or after the explosion? After. Ah. What? You found something? Do you think any in this photo could have hidden clues that could indicate a murder occurred? I don't know, the fridge! Clues? What do you mean? The impact from the explosion caused severe damage to Minami's body. But looking at this photo, I can see what hid the traces of a murder. Besides the explosion? The impact coincidentally helped conceal the proof. Okay, not the fridge. Can you figure it out? You get one chance! Only one? Should be all you need. I don't know. The shattered glass? The glass! Is this it? Like to save, please? Would you like to save? Yes, that's what I just said. Detail. Return to the cube. I think it is. No. Because the explosion, because if the glass was shattered normally, it would stick out. But because it was already also an explosion. Yes. Oh, I know. It must have been this glass shelf that fell on top of the body. I'm surprised that's correct. I'm so smart. You underestimate me, sir. Don't get carried away. Focus. What made you think that was it? Well, this photo proves the body had to have been severely damaged by the shards of knocked over glass shelf. In fact, his remains had several pictures of glass embedded. Why don't we just go back into the picture and then see what happened that way? I think that would be easier. Right. Can you tell how exactly he was murdered? You can see that much just from the photo? Go back into the picture? What? Nothing. Just possibilities. In Super Mario 64, excuse me, those aren't just little pictures. That's a whole painting portrait thing. It's very different. Could have been a coincidence, but because of the shelf, all traces are concealed. Going off that, there's only one way he could have been killed that would be hidden by the shards. He was stabbed. Correct. Go over the autopsy report again. If you find a wound too deep to be caused by glass shards, then that should be proof enough of the murder. On it! Regarding the autopsy report, it might be a while before we get more details. It was closed as an accident 5 years ago, and therefore wasn't exactly handled with care. Crappy record keeping. Guess we shouldn't expect others to do our job for us. We'll just do our own investigation. On what? That hospital case from 7 years ago. It's rather suspect that 3 from our case, the victim, Miss Aikawa, and Mr. Hisada, were also involved in that one. Since we now know the older case was a murder, I'm obligated to investigate. It's another cold case, after all. Solving the 7-year-old case should give us the clue to solving our current one. Didn't ask. Understood. We should call people back in again. What was that? Oh, the internet! The screen displays the data from the cold case unit database. Is this explanation really necessary? I work in that unit. It's because you hardly look at the database. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen you working on something before. So, what are we doing with this now? Pick a keyword to search. An incorrect one won't let you see the info you want, so choose carefully. What? Suppose I can play along. This isn't a word. There's many words. To find out what happened in the pediatrics ward 7 years ago. What have you got for me? 1 hit. Case occurred at Ryokudo Hospital. Patient's infusion pump ceased function. 1 victim, Suzu Hisada, age 11. 11? Determined cause. Outside hacking! It was hacked? Someone really stop a pump from outside the hospital? That's awful. Who could do something so vicious? Probably someone who's trying to stop someone from investigating the hacker group. The daughter of a detective tracking a hacker group was murdered as a result of hacking. Coincidence? There's no way it could be. You surprise me sometimes. I happen to agree with you. I have to move on to the group Hisada was after. The name was Crack Zero. Right? It was Crack Zero. 1 hit. Tokyo-based hacker group. Currently inactive. It's Fumi. Number of members unknown. Number of crimes responsible for incalculable. Hacking method unknown. Leader codename Trick. So Trick was in charge. There's too many unknowns. I need more information. What if we search for Trick? Mr. Hisada used to be tracking them down, so maybe there are more available records. Right, let's do a search. Trick. Okay, now what have you got? Error. Searching unavailable. What? What's this mean? Hey, what's wrong with this thing, Amikura? Why are you asking me? I've never seen this before. Trick. Hold up, something's been on my mind. Whatever happened to Crack Zero? Pretty sure hacking groups don't attack hospitals? They might attack a hospital if someone investigating them is related to one of the people at the hospital. Seems like a decent enough reason to me. Oh, that's right. That's a good question. Tell me, you piece of crap machine. Status of Crack Zero. Several top members were arrested by Detective Genji Hisada 7 years ago. Dismantling the group. Whereabouts of Trick are unknown. You see, it's pretty safe to assume Trick was the one behind the murder of Suzu. Who are you, Trick? Trick. Oh! Hey, Miro! Stay me! Calm! Try not move. Try not to move. Try not to move. Mihiro. Oh, Mr. Nanase? Oh. Sir, pull yourself together. It's okay. Everything's alright. We're dying? Calm down. It's okay. He has trauma, apparently. That's crazy. What the hell was that? Do you feel better now? Sorry you had to see that. Oh no, don't be silly. Are you alright? Yeah. If you say so. I'm not sure how it's connected to this, but I get the feeling we shouldn't ignore the cold case from 7 years ago. Remember got sent ransomware to a hospital? They got condemned because it's unethical. You'll have to see it. I love hacking groups that have a moral compass. I'll be surprised if they get to explain all of it in an hour. I was thinking this. Like, we've been playing it for an hour. I understand that talking all the dialogue probably makes it take longer, but there can't be that much left. Get the feeling we should ignore the cold case from 7 years ago. Gather all info on Crack Zero. Understood. An hour 33. Yeah, I think it's been about that already. Mr. Nanase said, I've searched all our records, but it's strange. I wasn't able to find anything on them. Nothing? That can't be right. Wasn't Hisada tracking them when he was on the force? Just read faster. It's okay, I got another 40 minutes to fill. Yes, that's my understanding as well. Could someone have deliberately destroyed the data? Intentional sabotage, huh? I guess there's only one route open to us now. Ask Mr. Hisada directly, right? Need to play Tetris for another 40 minutes? Yeah, exactly. I'm washed up. Of course. Oh, Mahjong says he's washed up. Listen, I can say it, but no one else can. That's messed up. I'll arrange it immediately. Oh, hey, old man. Welcome back. I don't understand why this keeps happening. Please go easy on me. Oh. Today I like to talk about that hacker group. Something about it always showing up for like a second, which makes it even better. The hacker group you were after. Oh. Craig Zero, I believe it was, and the leader's name was Trick. And we investigated, but there was next to no information available on them. I don't understand why my body shrinks. Doesn't even know what Quitan is. I'm looking it up. What is Quitan? Quitan is a rule allowing open Tanyao. If Quitan is disallowed, then it would be specified as Quitan Nashi, and Tanyao would be restricted as a closed-only Yaku. Okay, yeah, I've heard of this. I just didn't know that that was what it was called. So true. Chinese roll? I was trying to think, like, was that... Oh no, we figured out the reason why you couldn't reach you, because it was a special button. So true. See, look, now I know what Quitan is. Used to be obsessed with them. Why are there no records left in the police database? Everything I tried fell short, and I wasn't able to uncover anything significant. Nothing significant. That can't be true. After all, you destroyed them. You were the one to destroy the group. Such a big achievement, so why are there no records left? Can only draw one conclusion. You destroyed the records. It's Chinese words even though it's Doman, which I thought it was based on Japan. It's weird because it's still Riichi Mahjong because you can Riichi. I think? Can you Riichi in Final Fantasy 14 Mahjong? Destroyed all the info you acquired, didn't you? Why in the world would I do that? Yes? Who knows? There's a point set. The record breaker. I'm about to find out. What's the purpose of investigating Crack Zero now? They've been disbanded for many years. Anxious? You sure you don't know why? I really have no idea. Your daughter, Suzu, her infusion pump stopped because it was hacked. Pump was hacked and that's why it stopped. The daughter of a detective tracking a hacker group passed away as a result of hacking. It doesn't take a genius to realize it's not a coincidence. What are you getting at? Of course, I can't say for sure they orchestrated her death, but I bet when it happened, you must have suspected Crack Zero. It's not hard to imagine that you suspected them when you found out how your daughter died. True enough. Was the group destroyed before or after she was killed? She died a few weeks after I drove Crack Zero into the ground. I was convinced it was Trick's doing. You destroyed his team. You must have held a grudge. Him? Trick would never act on a grudge. He was just having fun. My daughter was killed because he wanted to mess around. Are you sure it was him? Yes, there is no doubt. What makes you so sure? Alright, you're an ex-cop after all. With anything involving family, you wouldn't identify a suspect without solid evidence. You arrested some top members and essentially destroyed the group. No one knows where Trick disappeared to. His current whereabouts, is it possible you know where he is? No, it's not. Mr. Hisada, I promise you, we will catch him. Please, it's too late. Regardless, don't you have another case to solve? Mr. Minami from Ryokudo Hospital? It's fine, we're on top of it. That's good to hear. Now, if you'll excuse me. Sure. What's with the flashing in? Like, for no- oh, he's walking? Gotta turn around? Question mark? Clover! What the heck? Why would she do this? I can't believe this. After she killed everyone with that axe, she hadn't had enough. Her bloodthirst could not be sated. Clover? Never mind. What's wrong with his feet? I think you were right. Suzu was likely killed by Trick. Mr. Hisada is sure, and he knows Crack Zero the best. I don't know, they look normal to me, but the leader, Trick, is a complete mystery. Right. The angle? Maybe? What Mr. Hisada said before he left. Clover. What could he have meant by that? I wonder. Anyway, I'll try searching again and see what I can come up with. Come up with? Can I trust you to do a good job? I'm Koto Amikura, and I always exceed expectations. You can count on me. I'll be waiting on pins and needles for your results. Who's this? Hello, 1 foot tall child. Oh, Yuto, is something the matter? Did you have something you wanted to tell us? Please sit down. Sorry for the mess. Amikura, you keep working. I'll talk to the kid. Oh, alright. Thank you. So, what brought you here today? You'd have a reason for coming, right? Listen, kid, we don't have time to waste playing around. We're working. If you've got nothing to say, then... Sir, take a look! Huh? I was sifting through data and found this password screen. Top secret information, please enter password. Password? Do you think you might know? I can take a guess. If Hisada was the one to password lock it, then I might have an idea. What, really? It's love. Clover, I feel like I've heard that. Oh. Correct password entered, information unlocked. I get it. This is why Mr. Hisada mentioned that word, isn't it? Wow, I know. I don't know how I figured that one out. I'm just really smart. So it was Clover. Interesting. Huh? What do you think Clover means? Oh, well, I figured it was the playing cat. So, one leaf means, faith, I think. And then one of them is love. And then I think the third one is hope. And then the last one is luck. And I hate them all. I hate it. It's even a password, but it has a special meaning behind it. I'm so used to seeing your cards that they were the first thing I thought of. What would Clover really mean? I wonder. Anyway, show me the data. This kid's still here. Information on hacker group Crack Zero. He's got no friends. He thinks we're his only friend. Crack Zero leader, codename Trick. Responsible for a number of vicious crimes. Alleged connection to several unsolved homicides. That they're aware of, right? There may be more. Who's this? Show! Help me! Oh, not again. Huh, Mr. Nanase? What the hell is this? Mr. Nanase, sir, please calm down. It's alright, everything's okay. Oh. Are you alright, sir? Is this kid still here? Sorry. What's wrong? Did something happen to you? It's nothing. I'm just hallucinating. Must be tired. Hallucinating? That's a big deal. Don't worry about me. Just show me the data. You sure you're okay? What's this? How much do you want to bet the leader of the hacker group is whoever he's got trauma about? Oh, well, that's strange. The screen. Could it be a bug? Weird. What if I do this? Oh no, please don't, sir. You shouldn't touch it there. You know you're not good with machines, so please keep your hands off. So, what are our options? Can you fix it? Well, could this be it? I can take a look. Hi. Yuto. Oh, kid, I forgot you were still here. I can fix that for you. Huh? But aren't you... You know this isn't a toy. You need our permission to touch it. All fixed. Huh? Oh, it is. Sir, Yuto fixed it. Loading data. Good job this random kid just showed up for no reason. What did you do, kid? Nothing special, I just fixed it. Wow, I'm impressed. I had no idea you could do that. He taught me. He? Oh, you mean Minami? Yeah, he taught me how to use computers and stuff. Either that or he was it, and then he got exploded. How about that? Thank you so much, Yuto. Okay, later. You don't have anything else? Why did you come here? Huh? Oh, okay. Be safe. Why did he even come in the first place? That's what I'm saying. Maybe you just wanted to talk. You could be lonely. You did lose a friend after all. Yeah, 5 years ago. Didn't meet anyone else in that time. But he didn't talk. Whatever, let's go over the information now. To hang out with his besties. Okay. Yeah, bestie bargain bin Kyle Hyde. Crack Zero, approximately 10 members. Speculated age range of 20s to 50s. That's not a very good age range. Arrested high-level members refused to speak about Trick. Further investigation revealed that Try currently... Oh. Hey, what's going on? I guess it didn't completely recover. And it was an important part. Believed to be currently employed by the hospital. And it just shut itself down. You worked at the hospital? Huh? Could it be? I see. I get it now. Mr. Nanase. Trick was Minami. I can't believe it! A phone call now. Hello, this is Amikura. Yes, I see. Thank you. I found the autopsy report. It's just as you suspected. There are apparent stab wounds. They were overlooked because of the severe damage from the glass. Minami was murdered. Trick's true identity was Minami, and Hisada's daughter was killed by Trick. So, wouldn't that mean... Amikura, do you remember the password that opened the file? Wasn't it Clover? Pretty shaky on flower language, but I remember... Oh! I remember my grandmother telling me once that Clover's meant... Revenge! That's not what Snake told me. He lied. Is that what they mean? Clover flower. Oh. Meaning, symbolism, and colors. What does the clover symbolize? Blah 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 blah. Been used in magic and divination to foresee and attract romance, love, and marriage. Control F, revenge. He's just made that up. He made it up. It's not real. In the Wicca tradition, finding a fully clothed was thought to bring good luck. Is a Cornish legend of a young milkmaid who once placed a handful of grass on a four-leaf clover on her head to relieve the pressure from a heavy bucket full of milk she had to carry. As soon as the clovers touched her head, she could see hundreds of fairies, elves, and other tiny beings. Oh, the clover plant, however, is haunted by some dark beings too. German folklore has the concept of Feldgeister, or field spirits and demons who dwell in the trees and plants. One of the demons is Kleesau, also known as Clovis. So he resides in clover meadows and steals human children. What the heck? Another French tale tells that the devil spun the doodler, an opportunistic parasitic plant at night, trying to destroy the clover flower. It was believed that the clover was a creation of God. All in all, the clover flower symbolic means are luck, good fortune, protection, faith, love, hope. Not revenge. They made it up. I can't believe this. What? Oh my god, that's what I'm saying. It's just not true. Hold on. Is the 999 meeting at the end? Yeah. Clover revenge? No, I don't want to hear about an Irish music tradition. Oh, here we go. I might have found something. White clovers apparently is revenge. But that's one of many, many different meanings. White clovers have ball-shaped lovely flowers, and it's said that four-leaf clovers will bring happiness. Language of white clovers is happiness, promise, think of me and be mine. It's so romantic, isn't it? However, another language of white clovers is revenge. You might be surprised at this unexpected word. So true. Anyway. It's time for the chase. Name drop. Oh, so true! That's what the game's called! I was too busy thinking about clovers. Hey. Oh, hi. 2 foot tall man. Appears you figured something out. You can tell. Your expression is easy to read. I was a detective too, after all. Minami's cause of death was determined to be the explosion, but... Excuse me. Through careful examination of the autopsy report, we've uncovered evidence of a murder. Why now? Why has it taken until now to find it? The case was ruled as an accident and closed 5 years ago. Due to poor filing, it took us a while to go through everything. His true cause of death was... stab. Explosion. He was stabbed because his body was impaled by glass shards from the shelf. The fatal stab wound was overlooked. So that means he was killed before the explosion. Minami had been stabbed to death before the explosion even occurred. So? Hello, Hisada. How exactly did you end up killing Minami? Do you have any evidence that I killed him? Well, that doesn't sound like something a killer would say at all. I have none because you're gonna give it to me right now. Oh, so true. I have to do a lot better than that to get me to confess to something I didn't do, I assure you. True enough. How about you listen to what I have to say first then? Memory serves, you resigned from the force around 7 years ago. You quit being a cop 7 years ago. Yes, that's correct. 7 years ago, that's when a certain incident took place. Suzu was murdered. Your daughter was murdered 7 years ago. I don't know how I'm remembering all this. These facts let me conclude the following. You destroyed Crack Zero. A few weeks later, your daughter was murdered. That's when you quit the force. I can understand how your daughter being killed would make you want to quit. Perhaps you even blamed yourself for her murder. But something doesn't add up. Even though your daughter had been killed, you didn't report it to the police. She was murdered, yet you never reported it to the police. Because the hospital covered it up, the police didn't do anything either. Your daughter was killed, and yet you left the killer at large. Is that normal? I can only think of one reason why you did that. You wanted to avenge his daughter. You were absolutely determined to exact your revenge on Crack Zero, or rather trick yourself. I doubt it was because you didn't have faith in the police. It was more that a simple arrest wasn't enough for you. Or rather, you didn't want the killer to be caught. That became evident when you deleted it from the database. Relevant data in the police database have been deleted, especially anything regarding Trick. Except for one piece. One piece? That's on the database? One small nugget of information hidden behind the password that you knew. Clover. Most people think clovers represent happiness, but my grandmother taught me what they mean in flower language. Your grandmother is messed up. She ignored all the other meanings. The meaning of clovers is... love? Yes. No. No. Yes, also. In flower language, they mean revenge. I'm not the kind to pay attention to that kind of stuff, but I wonder about you. There's gotta be some other flower that means revenge that they could have used instead, that doesn't have so many other conflicting meanings. Flower language revenge. Black roses. They are associated with death and despair, hatred and revenge. 12 flowers to send to people you hate. Okay. Rhododendrons. This isn't 12. Oh, hold on. Yellow roses. Nothing screams infidelity and a broken heart. Okay, that's not really what we're looking for. Do you have connotations of platonic love and friendship? No, we don't want that. We hate them. We want them to die. Orange lilies? Passionate desire and hatred at the same time. Enemies to lovers? Pansies? Hostile thoughts? But they also mean immortality? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Hydrangeas? The blue variety represents coldness and frigidity. That's not really what we want. Black dahlias? Most dahlias stand for elegance and prosperity, but the striking black variety, really a deep burgundy, is well known for a symbol of betrayal. If you want to give black dahlias with a positive intent, turn them upside down. Sunflowers? That's proud pompous folk? Yeah, that's not really gonna cut it. Yellow hyacinths symbolize jealousy and sorrow? Yeah, not really. I think the black roses are the best we're gonna get. Rhododendrons is dangerous temptation. And then the last one they put is just supermarket flowers because they're not impressive enough. Listen, right? We're not all rich. We can't all buy expensive bouquets. No one's gotta know. You take the label off. Anyway, you should have been black roses. In flower language, they mean revenge. I'm not the type of guy to pay attention to that kind of stuff, but I wonder about you. Thinking about One Piece? I can't stop thinking about it because it's all over my Twitter For You page all the time. It's kind of gone away now, to be honest. Now that I don't know what was going on. I think there was the live action happened and now it's kind of gone again. Treasure was the true. The journey was the true treasure. Regardless, the password you gave us allowed us to see info on Trick. You're the only one who would have made that information secure. You gave us the code because maybe you've already gotten your revenge? What are you implying? I'm pretty sure you know who Trick was. Or rather, who Minami really was. This is it. There's really no reason for you to say anymore, is there? Why don't you just tell us? I must admit, completely underestimated you. After I lost the one I loved the most in the world, and the one I loathed the most was gone, I felt as if I'd been trapped in a cold prison of my own making. My sin, it's been so long, but I can still remember it clearly. When did this story begin? Oh, sad. Pepe Han's music. I don't think I've ever bought store-bought flowers. I have. Or any flowers. That's messed up. That's what they should have put instead. My daughter Suzu had been placed on insulin pumps to treat her type 1 diabetes. They hacked those pumps. They targeted Suzu because she was my daughter. That was their only reason. We grew some? Oh, that's cute. And we bought flowers to funerals? That's not as cute. And I finally located Trick, Minami. The only thing that went through my mind was revenge, and I didn't hesitate. I grabbed a knife and donned a coat to keep the blood off me, then headed to the supply room. How did you know that Minami would be there? I'd been to the pediatrics ward earlier to see Miss Aikawa as a cover to check on Minami. What? You saw Miss Aikawa that day? Well, a lot happened that day. I'm not sure I have everything straight again. Me neither. I see. What did the two of you talk about? Nothing of importance. I brought up Suzu. Probably gave some to my mom on Mother's Day. That's cute. More cute than the funeral thing. And that was it? No, I suppose not. I asked a few questions about Minami. She seemed a little suspicious, but offered up what she knew about him. That's how I found out he was the first to appear in the pediatric ward to clean up after Suzu was murdered. Why do you think he went there? At first, I thought he'd gone to Glow to see for himself what he'd done. But I was wrong. When I spoke to him, I learned that even Trick was feeling remorse over killing a small child. You talked to Minami? Yes, I just wanted to make sure. I was able to confirm that it really was Minami who killed my daughter. He didn't even put up a fight when he saw the knife in my hand, as if he was expecting it. I was confused because his reaction was completely unlike how I'd pictured Trick to be like, but still. He was right in front of me. Nothing stood between Trick and my knife. There was no way I couldn't go through with the revenge I so desperately sought. Ellipses. Look at this here. Suzu made this small silver mug for me and fashioned it into a necklace. It had been a birthday present from her about a week before she died. Apparently the hospital had held an arts and crafts workshop. She never complained during her stay there. Not once. That was the kind of girl she was. And Yuto had been so nice to her. I went to apologize to him about the explosion. He's been blaming himself all these years for Minami's death. But it looks like he's slowly pulling himself together lately. Yeah, and visiting random people for no reason and then leaving. Is that right? I can imagine how devastating the death of your daughter must have been for you, but... I know. Even I know that what I did was wrong. I know that, but... there was no way for the life of me, I couldn't stop myself. I'll never be able to atone. Killing someone, regardless of who it is. I stopped being a human being the moment I succumbed to my dark desire. Mr. Nanase. I'm sorry, I can't unassociate Nanase from Free. Thank you for uncovering my crime. It wasn't me. What about our trauma? Mr. Nanase, sir, you did great. You did pretty good yourself. You just took Mr. Hisada away earlier. Is that so? Is this really the end of it? I wonder. You'd at least find some of the answers, right, sir? What is the truth, really? Homicide occurred. As you said, it's one part of the truth. That's all we've uncovered, isn't it? His partner disappeared or something. That would be crazy. Could say Trick and Mr. Minami being one and the same was another big truth. Minami, Trick, was killed, but his crime still stands. Stop? What? Oh, we never did find out who called us about the case in the first place. It was probably... Oh, I was gonna say maybe it was probably him. Because it was like, he felt guilty and he wanted to be caught, and also that's why he told us the Clover thing, but I guess not. It was likely someone who was involved. I mean, someone else aside from Hisada knows the truth. Is it gonna be this kid again? Oh, oh, hello, Yuto. Saw Suzu's dad in the hallway earlier. Did you know? You okay, kid? I think so. Suzu and Mr. Minami were my best friends. They still are. That will never change. I've made some new friends too, so... Glad to hear it. Mr. Nanase, please don't disappear on me like you dated one of my friends. Bestie, we only met like 3 times ever! Huh? Sure. This isn't that kid from Hotel Dusk. Oh, look, we just got an email. Sir, what could this mean? Melissa Queenie, that's the one. Well done, Detective Nanase. It's good to see that you're doing well. I am sorry about Mihiro. Trick. What the hell is this? Trick, but Minami is... How the hell does he know about Mihiro? Who's Mihiro? Mr. Nanase. Does this mean Trick's alive? That Minami wasn't Trick after all? Sir, there's an attachment. Oh. A red clover! This card. Amazing! Where did this game come out? Oh, I had the wiki page open. I guess I closed it. Yeah, as soon because they were moving the mouse like really slowly, I assumed that it was gonna end like as soon as he clicked on it. That was the shortest credits I've ever seen in my life. I wonder if we're gonna find out in the next case. Yeah. Oh, it was in 2016. We're never gonna see what happened. It got mixed reviews. The wiki page is like 3 paragraphs. That's so sad. The game was released in Japan as a digital-only title for the Nintendo eShop. No problem reason. No wonder no one ever heard of it. It's messed up. This was a cute game though. Like it obviously wasn't the best thing I ever played. It was cute enough. It had a lot of personality, which I appreciated. Even if it was only like 2 hours long. And they didn't finish it. Surely. Yeah, they tried. They wrote something. I enjoyed what we saw, which was like 2 hours. Surely now that another code is getting remade, everyone's gonna buy it. And they're gonna be like, people love this. We need to reopen the Chase Cold Case Investigation series. And then we'll see what happens. Who Mihiro is. It got mixed reviews from critics who praised its artwork, music, and story, but lamented its short length, lack of interactivity or difficulty, and abrupt ending. Believing it felt like the intro from a larger non-existent game. That sounds about right. Pokemon series is only one game, but there's gonna be more. It's gonna be a series. It's not reopened, just open in general. We can lump it in with the Hotel Dusk. It can be a Hotel Dusk spin-off, and then it's part of the series. Wait till 2026. Yeah! Remember how long we had to wait for Pikmin? We have to wait like 10 years for each sequel? It's just like this. Not long left to wait, guys. It'll be here soon, I promise. But yeah, that was fun. I'm glad we played it. Also, this is kind of a banger, I'm not gonna lie. If nothing else, we got the funny standing poses. That was very fun. We can make him Kyle's great-grandchild. Yeah, that would explain the resemblance. Oh. But yeah, it worked out pretty well. It's only like 4 minutes before when I would usually end. Clearly, me going on a random tangent about flowers, it was worth it. Okay, so on Friday, if I'm not horribly ill, we'll start Daiichi's route. And then I guess should probably put on. Should we make a poll? I don't really know what to put on it. Any suggestions? Other than, well, I feel like if I put some certain things on it, they're gonna win anyway. Just play SFT 3 or 4. I just bought Etrian Odyssey. I can't buy SMT. I can't play SMT3. I don't own it. It's like 40 quid. That's so expensive. I thought I owned it for some reason. I haven't played the SMT game in forever. It's true. Play Etrian Odyssey then? I could. It's really long, isn't it? How long to beat? Nameless playthrough. I know it like highly depends on how many like optional side stuff you do. It says here just the main story is 50 hours, which is a lot. And then plus extras is about 80 hours, and then if you want to finish everything it's 111 hours. I don't think we're gonna be doing that one. It's less than P5R. You've got a point, honestly. But I need to weave in triangle game ending and also the second route of thingy Devil Survivor somewhere. Anyway. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We'll probably do Etrian Odyssey next. Although I kind of want to do... I don't know. No, it works out. I wanted to do PQ2 before I tried an Etrian Odyssey, but I've already bought it now. So, might as well. But yeah, we'll probably do that. And then do the triangle game ending after that. And then maybe something else. And then Devil Survivor. That seems like it would be a plan. But yeah. A year? 2 hours of streamed every day except Friday? Hopefully it doesn't take me that long. I would hope. Because I'm not streaming 2 hours. Well, 2 hours 6 days a week is what? 12 hours. And I'm doing like 3.5 hours 3 days a week. Which is like 10.5 hours. So it's not that much more. It would still take a year and several months. So we will not be 100%ing it. Believe it or not. Is that the same person that stepped on every trap tile on the map? And you took a whole stream of stepping on all the traps? Yes? Okay, definitely not doing that, so don't worry. I was in EO1? Oh, okay, never mind. I've been playing this game my whole life. Also, something to consider. I've become employed on the 30th. And I don't know how my schedule is going to change. Ideally, it doesn't. But you never know, really. Maybe I won't want to come home and then stream Etrian Odyssey for my whole life. But I don't see anything changing. To be honest. I think the only thing after... This is Paul still here. Paul! Hey! Bestie! I don't think he's here. You hate to see it. I think after Genealogy ends, I've been thinking about it. I might take a little break from the Monday streams just until I get used to the new schedule, and then we'll probably go back to it again. Or not, if I have no time in my life anymore. But yeah, anyway, that doesn't really matter. Next, I'll see you on Friday maybe. I've got to go unlock the dungeon. I haven't done it yet. I don't have time because I was too busy trying to get this stupid game to work. It was worth it though. P10S prog is in shambles. If I don't beat it by the 30th of October, I'm going to be very disappointed in myself. But yeah, anyway. I need to go to the bathroom. I'm also really hungry, so I'm gonna leave. But thanks for coming. We beat 2 games today. I'm so good at games. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you on Friday, maybe. Bye.